Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. Whatever day it is, it's Tuesday. So I'm not going to be super long, but I know that we have a lot of newbies coming in and we just have like a lot of, I feel like people are really ramping up their businesses. Sorry, it's going to shake for a second. I need to move this quarter. I'm going to keep hitting it. It's going to shake anyway. Everyone's really ramping up their businesses this month. June was just a time where we just pumped it up, which I love because usually people tend to slow down in June. And so I feel like we've picked it up, and now when we're going to be working no tomorrow over the summer, and so into the fall when some people slow down and their businesses drop, ours are going to be booming, and we're going to be promoting, and we're going to have so many promotions on this team because we're picking it up now and we're putting all the effort in now. Always realize that your efforts they don't always show right away, right? We call it seed planting. And this is so important. Hi, Candace. We call it seed planting. And the reason we call it that is because if you've ever planted a seed, or if you've ever seen a seed being planted in the ground, you know that if I just went out to the yard and I threw a seed in there and put some soil over it, am I going to have a plant today? No. I won't. It'll be a while, right? And then you can't just leave the seed there. You have to water, you have to give it sunshine, you have to have the right conditions for it. And so when we're working our businesses, it's a lot like planting seeds. And so when you're reaching out to someone, the biggest thing, when I am reaching out to someone, I'm not necessarily looking for a yes. And some people, if you're new, you're like, what do you mean? Isn't that the point? You're supposed to sign up distributors and customers. I'm supposed to be getting yeses. Of course, that's the point. You want to eventually get the yes, but sometimes you have to plant the seed in someone's brain. And I know this all too well because Courtney is my enroller, and she asked me to do this with her, and I ignored her, and then I told her no, and then I kept stalking her on Facebook, and then eventually I was like, okay, what are you doing? So that is called seed planting, right? So we'll just use that example as our example. So Courtney reached out to me, and she told me that she thought I'd be a perfect fit for this, and that she thought I'd be awesome for this because I have my master's degree, and she saw how dedicated I was, and how hardworking I was, and that was something that she wanted on people that she wanted on her team were to be hardworking. And so she reached out to me, and I ignored her at first because the only thing I had ever heard about network marketing were bad things, right? And that's most people in this world. So you have to understand, when people are skeptical, it's not because I feel like we tend to get very defensive, but in reality, that's all people know, right? Most people only know network marketing as something negative, and so you have to just give them the information and take a deep breath and be like, okay, the only reason that they're saying these things, right? I thought all the same things. I thought scam, I thought pyramid scheme, I thought all that stuff because that's all I knew. But once I watched her and I saw her and I got more information about it, I realized that this is a serious, legit company. It's just like having a franchise, but virtually, right? But I ignored her at first. So she reached out to me, planted the seed in my little brain. I ignored her. And then that was in January, I think. And then in March, I have an email that I sent back to her. We emailed back in the day. There's cobwebs. Sorry. Squirrel. And I sent her an email telling her no, politely telling her no, I was not interested because of XYZ, whatever my excuses were. In my brain, I was thinking, I don't have time. I don't have an extra $99. I have no idea what this is about. I don't understand it. I don't have a big network. I didn't think anyone would buy from me. Literally any excuse that someone could ever think of, I had. And so I politely told her no, right? I was that person. And then I kept following her. But the thing is that Courtney, even though I told her no and ignored her and then told her no, she kept posting about the products in the company every day. She was taking the greens. She was talking about how she felt on them. She was talking about her weight loss. She kept talking about these greens. And I kept seeing it over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And I never thought in my head, oh my gosh, Courtney's so annoying. I was just oh, cool, she's doing her thing. She's getting paid. I kept watching her and stalking her for months. It was 5 or 6 months. And then I reached out to her and I said, okay, what are you for real doing? And is this real? Are these products safe? Is this really making you money? Is this a scam? And then we sat down and talked about it. And so what I want you to know is that if someone ignores you, it's okay. If someone tells you no, It's okay. It doesn't mean no. It means not right now. And the biggest thing that I can tell you, and I love like examples, so I'm gonna give you an example. We tend to, if we get a no, we take it personally, right? If someone says no, like I don't want to join your business, they're not saying, no, Jackie, you're an awful person, I don't want to join your business. They're just saying, no, I don't want that opportunity right now. It's just not something that I want right now. I wasn't saying Courtney's an awful person. I never would think that. But I just was not interested in the opportunity when she offered it to me. It wasn't my time. And so she kept posting about it, right? So say that you're like going, I don't know, I like the diner example. Say that you're like at a diner. If you've ever been to a diner, they always offer you coffee. They just do. I don't know. It's just a thing. Like every time of the day, they just offer you coffee. So if the waitress comes to your table, offers you coffee, right? And like it's 6:00 p.m. and I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want any coffee right now. I promise you she's not going to run away crying and being like, oh my gosh, she said no to me. I'm the most awful person ever. Like, no, she's gonna be like, okay, cool. Like, what can I get you? You know, like move on with the day. And so if someone says no to you, it's not because they don't like you. Don't take it personally. It's just because they don't understand the opportunity. They're not open to it right now. It's not their time yet. They need to keep watching you. Who knows what the reason is, right? But the point of it is not necessarily to get the yes. The point of it is just to plant the seed in someone's brain, so that they can continue to watch your posts. That's why posting and doing stories is like huge for me. That is how I get people to know what I do or, you know, be interested. They see my stories or they see my posts every single day. Every day my business is open. I'm posting, doing stories every single day, and they're watching me. And I'm doing it in like a normal way, right? Just like I would share my Starbucks drink, just like I would share my favorite nail polish. Like I share all kinds of stuff on Instagram and Facebook, like things that I love or whatever it is. So it's the same thing. And so they're watching me and I'm like, it's like I'm planting the seed and then I'm watering it and giving it sunshine because I'm doing the consistent posting and the consistent stories and I'm following up with them, right? If they've said yes once, I assume they're always going to be interested. And I have girls joining me that I have reached out to 2 years ago. Crystal, she's incredible. She's already like off and running. She joined us June 30th. So what was that? 2 days ago. And day one, she's like reaching out to people. She's like posting her story, doing things. And like I reached out to her. I messaged her December of 2017. I went back and looked because I was curious. You know, so if I'm not reaching out to people and I'm not at least offering it to them, who knows when they're going to join me? But if I'm not consistent and I just quit right away, then they're never going to join me, right? They're going to go join someone else. And I'm not willing to give up my potentials that I know could be ambassador diamonds to anyone else in this company. So I'm going to be there following up with them. I put them on my list and I follow up. So I just think that it's just so huge. And I know in the beginning it's different, right? You're not used to getting that rejection all the time. Like, but if you think about it, like my son is 3 years old and I tell him no every single day and he still asks me, like he's still persistent. So don't ever take it personally. A no is not a no. A no response doesn't mean that they don't want to talk to you. It could honestly mean that they've saw your message, because I'm super guilty of this. I will look at someone's text message and if I don't answer right away, there's a good chance I will never answer them. Like, that's just the honest truth. That's how I am. So most of the time I won't open a text message or a message unless I'm going to answer it right then, because it's gone. Like, I will forget. Like, there's too much going on in life. I'm not sitting there thinking like, oh, this person messaged me. It's not in my head because then there's like 5 million other things that are happening during the day. So most of the time they just forget that you message them, or they, don't know how to tell you that maybe they don't have the money, or maybe it's just not their time yet and they don't know how to say that. And so it's not like they don't like you. It's just that they don't properly know how to maybe tell you any of those things. And so the way that we follow up is so important. And if you need help, if you're new and you're watching this, like ask us for help. That's why we're here. We help you with wording. We help you reach out. Like we help you do all those things. So you just got to ask. But don't ever take any of that personally, right? And if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's probably because if you're new, you just started a brand new company. You've never done this before. Of course, it's going to feel overwhelming. It's new. Any job that you start that is new, or anything that you start for that matter that is new, is overwhelming because you just started, right? Or if you've been in this for a while and you're still overwhelmed, then we need to get you on a better time schedule, like plan for your day and how you're working your business, because you might just be kind of Instagram and Facebook scrolling and not actually working, or you might not be setting like office hours, or you might not be using your time as wisely as you could so that you could get all your priorities done for the day, out even outside of the business. So anyway, all of that to say, you're normal. I promise you, anything that you're feeling is something that everyone else in this company has felt before. So it's normal. Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to come on and say. I know we have a lot of newbies, and I've been talking to a lot of the girls, and they're like, I've gotten no's, or, they're not responding. And I'm like, it's okay. I promise it's okay. Like, they'll come back later. Just got to keep going, right? The person that reaches the most people wins. It's literally, that's the key to being successful with this, is reaching the most amount of people, continuing to open your network, continuing to be consistent with posting and talking about everything. That's really all you have to do. It's a very simple, like what we do is not hard. It's very simple. The hardest part is continuing on when you are getting the no's and the no responses, but you just have to know that like it's not a no forever. Like I said no, it's just a no, not right now. So anyway, hope this was helpful. Yeah, that's all I got. Happy Tuesday. Keep going, y'all. July 2nd. There's so many more days left in the month. Make every single day of the month count. Every single person that watches this can promote this month. So I'm excited to see your promotions. Bye.